Hi, welcome back to GC365. My name is Kara. I'm the children's pastor at our Woodinville campus. And this is Shannon.
Hello.
My number one guest. She's the best.
We love it.
Literally the best ever. Today is day 358, but more importantly, it is Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve.
If you couldn't tell.
Right.
By all of the
attire.
things surrounding us.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I love Christmas.
I love Christmas. It's the
we
best.
both do.
The best.
It is. Okay, let's get into this reading.
I have a quick question though.
Yep.
Not pertaining to this at all.
That's fine.
What's your favorite Christmas decoration you put up every year?
Oh, probably my wreaths. Multiples. So like I have one on the front door and then in the hallway outside of the kids' rooms, I have this like wooden thing on the wall with all their pictures.
Nice.
And then I do little wreaths on that.
I love it.
They'll probably get their own like little Christmas trees in their rooms. What's your favorite?
I just bought a new house. Well, it's a condo, so I have a very small amount of space and I just put lights on every inch of it.
Yeah.
And we have a set of stockings. Every time a new person was added to the family, we get a new set of stockings that all matched.
Oh, that's cute.
Would love that because
I love that. I love a matching moment.
I have all the old stockings from every other set.
Cute.
And so I have just like a wall of stockings. It's awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome. If I woke up and they were all full of presents, that would be even better.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're pretty great.
Evan.
Yeah.
Hear that? Get on that. My grandma knit all of our stockings.
I love that. My mom made our first set that I can remember, second set that I can remember.
I love that. I love that.
Pretty great.
They all like coordinate. They don't match, but they coordinate, which
Same
is fine.
colors.
Coordinating's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Exactly.
I prefer matching, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
Nobody knows that.
I know. No one knows that I match all my children. It's fine.
It's amazing.
Anyway, so starting off.
Zechariah.
He was a minor prophet. And I'm not a huge fan of the reading today.
It's not easy to read.
No.
It's not. Because
you had a good point earlier though.
Yeah, I think that some days like this, we don't always understand everything we're reading. And sometimes we don't always understand now. Like there's things I've read and then the next year I come through and I'm like, oh, I remember that being so confusing. And whatever he had revealed throughout that next following year, that was the time for me to understand it. The pieces fit then.
Right.
And we don't always have to understand everything in the moment. And that's okay.
That is okay.
Doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or that you're missing something.
No.
And you know.
And you don't always have to find something profound. Right, in the reading.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's not.
Yeah.
It's about the discipline and the
just spending time and
doing it. Right. Yeah. The habit.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the word in my brain.
All correct. All right.
Not at full capacity. Yikes. Okay. Well, in Zechariah 6 at the end, the whole thing is listing all of this stuff. But then at the end, all of this will happen if you carefully obey what the Lord your God says. So you have to carefully obey. Otherwise, none of that will happen.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I decided to read the chapter 7 in the Message because sometimes if I'm not getting something out of it, I'll go to like the Message or Passion.
Okay.
And they're just more of like a story. They're more readable. And so sometimes it'll like click or just kind of flow better.
Okay.
And halfway through, down around like verse 7, 8, 9, 10-ish, it starts talking about this is the message that the God of angel armies, which is just such a fun way to say that, says now, treat one another justly, love your neighbors, be compassionate with each other, don't take advantage of widows, orphans, visitors, and the poor, and don't plot and scheme against one another. And I just love that because I think that especially right now, we have so many opportunities with cranky people, especially around the holidays.
Yes.
Like, you want to be exciting, but you don't know, like, the holidays don't always mean something good for everybody.
Correct.
And so you get these super cranky people. And for me, working at Starbucks, I want to be like, it's the holidays. Like, be happy.
Yeah.
And not really realizing, I just yelled into the mic, that might not be happy for them. And instead of retaliating with that, just countering that with maybe like, you know what? Have a great day. I'm sorry you're having a rough one. Or, whatever I can do.
Acknowledging maybe they're not having the best time.
Yeah.
But don't force like your happiness. Just because you're happy doesn't mean they are.
Right.
But that doesn't also mean being rude. Like, wow.
But even just like,
you're having a bad day.
Totally. Instead of repaying that, just being like, you know what? I can treat another person justly the way that I would want to be treated if I was having a bad day, even if maybe they lashed out or whatever the case.
Right.
And that just was a good reminder, especially in the time, whether it was Christmas or not. Right now, there's so many people, and whatever's going on at home.
Mhm.
And then they come and they lash out, whether even they know it or not.
Right. It's just like instinctual.
Yeah.
They can't maybe do it at home. So then they do it to you at Starbucks.
For sure. I'm an easy target.
Yes.
It's fine. Whatever.
It's fine.
Be nice to your barista.
Be nice to everyone.
That's what Zechariah is saying.
Yes. Be nice to your barista.
And fellow neighbor.
Yes. That's what we get out of Zechariah. Be nice to your barista. The end.
I love it. It's good.
I love that.
Okay,
Revelation. I mean, I like Revelation 13 is my favorite.
Okay.
We didn't get to talk about it.
Yeah, it was a couple days ago.
It was a couple days ago because the Mark of the Beast, I just think it's so interesting.
Super. It is really fascinating.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like it really is.
Super confusing.
Very.
But like the pictures, like I've always thought if I was a good enough artist, I always commissioned my sister to do my art. So I'm like, sister, can you draw what I'm seeing that's in my head? Because it's just so, I don't know. It's like a crazy movie.
It is.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, but we're doing Revelation 15. Speaking of like in my head, I liked a glass sea mixed with fire. Like how cool would that look?
Yeah.
Really? Right?
You know a glass blower?
Oh.
Anybody?
Is anyone a glass blower? Put it in the comments. Let us know if you can make
put it
us
in one of my stockings.
A glass sea mixed with fire. Thank you.
Super awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get, it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's just a lot of imagery. And I just sat picturing it a lot. I don't even always understand because I think.
Yeah, I don't know that I understand this. And it's like semantics almost in this one. Like there's the 7 bowls with the 7 plagues and they're handed to the angels and they pour them out to just finish God's wrath.
Yeah. And it's hard to pick it apart one day at a time.
Right.
I think Revelation is really just this
full
whole
picture. I agree.
And everything is imagery and symbolism.
Yep.
And one of the things I love doing, which if you're following along, you have the Bible app.
Yes.
They've got some great plans that break some of that stuff down.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
I've gone through and been like, oh, that's what the bowls represent?
Interesting.
Huh, okay. Because I wouldn't necessarily know that.
Like put 2 and 2
it's
together.
It's not like, I've been saved and now I understand what the bowls mean. Like,
right. Oh, now I understand.
That revelation did not come to me.
No.
Revelation.
No.
So those are super helpful, those plans.
I like that.
Yeah, I've been through a lot of them.
That's a good little tidbit.
Great.
And utilize the app that we already have.
Totally. It's right here.
Yes, literally on
and you
phones.
can just read it and again, back to that, like you don't have to get a ton out of it. You don't have to read a ton either. Like I understand we have like this whole passage for today. You can read one verse at a time.
Yes.
And really just pick apart that one verse.
Yes.
And if that's where you stop, that's okay. You're still, if you're really digging in, there's some part I think it's a proverb that says that to hide things, I'm going to butcher this. To hide things is like the glory of God, but to seek out the wisdom of certain things is like the glory of kings.
Yes.
Somewhere in there. And I think God like leaves nuggets for you to
100%.
find. And if you're digging in on one verse and you just find all this,
great.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's Revelations.
Okay. Revelation. End. Okay. Now the psalm.
Yeah. David's depressed again.
I know. He's so sad.
But he's
sad
really
guy.
honest. He's just really
which
honest
I think
with where
is
he's at.
the most helpful.
Yeah.
Because he could have chosen to not
Mhm.
say how he's feeling, what he's struggling with, all that stuff. He could have kept it inside.
Yeah.
That wouldn't help anybody.
No. He gives us permission
Yes.
to literally be where you're at. I have a friend that was like, I'm really struggling today. And I know I should be happy. I was like, this is not a should be happy thing. Like David didn't come out and say,
Right.
Lord, I know that I'm supposed to put on a pretty face.
Yeah. Right.
He just said, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
I'm losing all hope and I'm paralyzed with fear. He's super just raw and vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that there's place for that. There's place for that in our communication with God. Like he wants us to just come and lay it all bare so that he can replace that.
Right.
With
He
all
doesn't
the
want us
things
to
he
put on
is.
some act.
Right.
Or pretend we're okay because guess what? He knows we're not.
Totally.
Like you can't fool God.
Right.
That's not how that works.
Yeah. And then when we release that, like when we share that with him, we're releasing that and opening our hands up to then receive what he wants to give us in return.
And
it's like that exchange.
you feel much better.
Totally.
Like a weight
Yeah.
is off your shoulders.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to the Proverbs. I liked the
proverb was fun.
Yeah. I like where it said, ants, they aren't strong, but they store up food all summer. I just thought of A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
The movie, if you haven't seen it. It's really cute.
Really great.
Disney. If you have Disney Plus, you can watch it.
Yeah.
It's really cute because that's literally what basically the whole movie is about.
Mm-hmm.
And how they're strong.
Yeah. I liked the lizards one because I used to catch lizards, and I have a lizard tattooed on my foot for lots of reasons.
Yes.
But it says they're easy to catch, but they're found even in the king's palaces. And when you go, again, I like to hop translations and get full ideas of things. When you go to the Passion Translation, it says the little excerpt, kind of like the study Bible that says, though we may see ourselves as insignificant, God can place us in significant places where we can be used for him. And I love that. And we've seen that so many times this year, like with Esther. You know, well, even David, like in all these different insignificant characters that we read in the Bible. But then you look later down in the, you know, the lineage where Jesus came from, and you're like, oh, he came from that insignificant person or whatever. And I just love that. It's great.
It's smart. Well, because lizards are lizards, but they live in the king's palace. Smart.
Great.
Smart little things. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me.
Happy Christmas Eve.
Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. I hope you wake up tomorrow and have a great day.
All your stockings are full.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Evan. Again. You know. Okay.
Maybe we'll see.
I know.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, guys.